Hey everyone, you are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. We've got a great show for you. We've got some movies to talk about, some cartoons to talk about, some comic books to talk about, and a giveaway. Woo, that's a lot. So stay tuned. We'll get started. Hey everyone, this is Beardy Rich. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. We've been gone for a couple weeks, but we are back. We are going to be starting our new bi-weekly schedule and kind of a new format in a way. We're not changing too much, but we're going to be talking about some comic books, some new number ones, not really new, but new ones we wanted to talk about. And we have Supergirl to talk about. Des and I went and saw it last Thursday. That's why we were not on. We've got My Adventures with Superman. We've got X-Men 97. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about that. And then we're going to be changing things up in the third section. We're going to be giving you some recommendations on what we think you should be reading. Something new. Hey, Angel Heart, Kelly, unknown, thank you. As the new, so as you can notice, I'm alone right now. Desmond is running late. So if you live in San Francisco, or if you're visiting and you don't have a car and you rely on public transportation, you're going to be late because no matter what they say, we have some of the worst public transportation. Like, it runs late, and Muni time is a real thing. You will go down in the underground and it will be, so it's 5:33 and they're going to say next train in 3 minutes. And that 3 minutes is actually Muni time 10 minutes. The bus lines are crazy here. So he was taking Bart from the city to his home and Bart was running late, of course. So he is on his way home. We've been texting each other. I said, home yet? He said, almost, but no. So he will join us as soon as he can. Hey, Kenneth, welcome in. And to everyone, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let your friends know we are on. Yes, Kyle.
For those of you reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, Des is currently living book 3, a.k.a. the Iron Tangle. He's stuck on a train and has to kill a bunch of people in order to get to where he needs to go.
Oh, my. Yeah, Des isn't a killer. He'd more cuddle them to death instead of
in that book. It would still work.
Oh, good. I feel like, so it was funny on Jen's show. Y'all were talking about Dungeon. What's it called?
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Dungeon Crawler Carl. This sounds like a book Des and I need to review because it's getting high praise everywhere. So we might have to.
It's the best fiction I've read in the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, now that's the novels. I have not really dove into the webtoon / graphic novel to see how good the adaptation is.
Hey, Rick,
but the actual prose books are, if Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is my favorite books ever written, it's Dungeon Crawler Carl is second.
So it started out as a series of books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how long? How long's it been out?
2020.
Oh, not that long.
And yeah, and the 8th book just came out.
Wow. And then how many
2 more
graphic novels are there? Are they single issues?
So okay, this ought to get a good rich reaction. Everybody's, hold on. They did the free comic book day issue, which is the issue 0. Then they dropped the graphic novel.
Okay.
Then they dropped issue 1, which is the same as the issue 0 free comic book day issue, and is the same as the beginning of the graphic novel.
So they're trying to double dip.
Quadruple dip at this point, because they're going back to another printing with more variants. Oh, and they did a Kickstarter for it as well.
See, there is that's a little greedy, but that's just me.
I mean, it is the most popular. It is the most popular non-spicy book on the market in the world.
All right.
So
So
them trying to capitalize, but like, bruh.
yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll have to take a look in the next upcoming weeks. We'll have to get our hands on some to see what this is all about. Hey, Easy Reader. Yeah, Des is on a train going home. But for everyone here, we do have a giveaway. We are back. We have a great giveaway. I It is by Peach Momoko. She's an amazing artist, and it's Shaolin Cowboy Staying AI Live. Don't know what it's all about. Didn't read it yet. Hey, Paul. But this is the 1 in 25 by Peach Momoko. It could be yours free if you put in hashtag or pound sign, because we're old, pound sign Geek Chat down in the comments. We will be doing the
So
drawing for this later. Yes.
this is a book about how the Shaolin Cowboy essentially is trying to defeat a Terminator,
Oh,
but it's AI.
oh, cool. I actually
Yeah,
love his art. The art in this has always been amazing.
it's Jeff Darrow doing Jeff Darrow as well as
Yeah.
Jeff Darrow has ever Jeff Darrowed.
Yeah, yeah. But looks great. When he sent it to me, he was like, "Do you like it?" I'm like, "No, I hate it. It's ugly. I would love this cover, but I can't get it." So one of you all are going to get this great, great comic, and then you can read it and let us know what you thought of it. So, hey, John, welcome in. Thanks for putting in the hashtag Geek Chat in the comments to win this. And just remember, if you've won in the last 30 days, which we only had one show in the last 30 days, so if you weren't the winner, you are up for this. So I might as well do this. I was going to do this at the end, but I got in some books that I'm excited to talk about because I'm excited to read them. This is one of DC Finest. It's their new printing that they're doing. It's from 70 and 71. It's The Fourth World by Jack Kirby. I grew up and I didn't much care for Jack Kirby's art. But then somewhere along the line, I think it was when he did Superpowers. When he did the Superpowers book, I was all about that art. And I went back and I've been rereading some of these, but it's nice that DC is collecting these. And I mean, it's just straight up Jack Kirby and the New Gods. And I love the New Gods. And it collects a whole bunch of stuff. So that's one. The next one I am excited to read. This has been getting a lot of hoopla on the internet the last couple of weeks. Well, last week, actually. It is John Byrne's X-Men Elsewhen. This is volume 1. It's going to be 3 volumes. And it's John Byrne goodness. So let's see if I can find a great page. And this is the era of the X books that I absolutely love. So we've got some great John Byrne art. Don't know what the story's about. I know nothing. I do know it sold out instantly. It had to go to a second printing. There's some hoopla over gatekeeping, which is I'm not going to go into, but whatever. Hey, Bob, welcome in. Then, yes, Kyle.
Well, no, there was also some like interesting debate about when is it fan fiction, when is it not?
Right.
Because technically, John Byrne wrote and did all of this when he wasn't working for Marvel. He just did it.
Yeah.
So is it technically fan fiction if one of the greatest creators to ever work on a series creates more of that series, even if he's not being paid to?
I'm going to say yes, it was fan fiction until it got printed and then it turned into an actual publication. That's how I'm going to
But it's Abrams and not Marvel, which is a whole other kit and caboodle, isn't it?
Right. And the fact it sold out. I mean, Marvel hasn't had a sellout in a long time.
Well,
Easy
that's
reader.
fair.
I got halfway through Elsewhen. It brought back memories. I can't wait to read it. The earlier stuff, and I can't wait to talk about X-Men 97 because I have a lot of thoughts about it, including this era that John Byrne wrote or drew, and then the new stuff. So, but the last book, this This I can remember. I bought all these when it came out. This is the Legends Omnibus. I absolutely loved this storyline, uh, mostly because the villain was, a new god. But this also introduced us to the Suicide Squad. And after reading about the Suicide Squad in Legends, they became my team. Like, I still love the X-Men and I still love the Teen Titans, but the early Ostrander, what was her name? Yale? Kale. What was his wife's name? Do you know? John Ostrander?
I thought it was Gale or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yes, that era of Suicide Squad was the best. They took, you know, D-list, sometimes Z-list characters and turned them into like really good stories. And it kind of, the new Suicide Squad is a pale imitation of the originals. So I am very excited to read this. But the funny thing is, in the newest um, DC previews, they are putting out another Legends book that is a soft cover that's going to contain some of the stories in here and more of the other stories that was told during the Legends time. So I'll be getting that too. And Easy Reader says Legends was great. One of the early events that carried its way. It did. It was a good story. And I know everyone hated this costume for Black Canary. Like it is one of the hatedest, more than the Zatanna costume with the snake on her head. And I love that costume too. But it's just a fun time, a really fun time. And really, the it also contains some new introductions by John Ostrander, and then an afterword by Legends inker Carl Kessel. So I like it when they include little bonus stuff in the books. Mr. Paul, is Des even home yet? Maybe? Can you give me a heads up? I haven't got a text from him. If not, I'm just gonna start. He can join in. Let's start on the first book. Why don't we? He can always chime in. What do we have first, Kyle?
I was not prepared for this to look the way it needs to look without Des being here.
Ah,
Please hold.
yeah, go for it.
Doing new things. Okay, here we go.
There we go. Okay, $1 trillion kid. That I thought was third. I am not prepared today. I am very sorry. Paul just got home. Yay! All right, so $1 trillion kid is from Image Comics. It is one of the Ghost Machine books. And as you see at the top, who are the Unbelievables? Part 1 of 4. And this starts into their shared universe, because the other stuff is a shared universe. But the Halo and what are their names?
Hornsby and Halo,
Yes, Hornsby and
Rockefellers,
Halo.
$1 trillion Kid,
Yes,
and there are a couple of other characters that have not yet debuted that are part of this as well.
right. So it is created by Jeff Johns, Peter J. Tomasi, and Francis Manipul. Jeff Johns and Peter J. Tomasi did the story. Stefano Simeon did the art. Brian Cunningham, Simone. Oh, there you pronounce the E, huh? Stefano Simone. That is a great name. So I guess Stefano did everything, inking, coloring, you name it. And the cover A is by Francis Manipul. And okay, so this, I read a little of this about this online, and I was like, it doesn't really interest me. And then I got yelled at by Pete for saying it wrong. Who's Pete?
Pete Tomasi.
Oh, okay. So funny thing, when we first started doing the Geek Chat, and he was writing Super Sons, I think it was, or Green Lantern, I would always say Tomasai.
Yes, Tomasi.
And we learned it was Tomasi. So hello, welcome in.
Hi, welcome. Sorry everybody that I'm late, but work be working my nerves. So but I'm here, and I was listening to my co-host talk about comics, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for holding it down while I was gone.
I just did what I was going to do at the end and the beginning. It still worked.
I know, and I'll do my stuff at the end. So,
well, that's not all. I got more.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. He refused to let me know what exactly he was going to talk about. So, yep. So this should be very interesting because I have no idea. So
you have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about either.
Well, I would have told you, but you want to be all secretive and stuff, and I'm like, okay.
Yes. So, did you got a chance to read this?
Yes, of course.
And were you like, why did you pick this?
I didn't pick this. This was something that we just said.
You probably said, why the hell did you pick this?
Oh, I said, why did you pick this?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes your taste can vary, and sometimes it's great for you to throw a curveball at me every now and again. And this is definitely a curveball. A lot of words, which is great. You know, I really felt like you got your money's worth when you sat down to read the book. I thought the artwork was okay. You know, it definitely had a youthful vibe to it because it is about a kid. Although I do wish that the artwork was a little bit more, a little tighter in some spots.
The art was very inconsistent.
Yeah. I think
some pages gorgeous, other pages kind of messy.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if that was just because of the timing or because there was a lot of stuff to go through. I mean, they throw a lot of stuff at you in this book. Like, there's a lot of stuff to read. Like, you get, this is a setup issue in which you get a ton of stuff. So much so that I thought it was a little overpacked. You know, because you get to meet this kid's rival, you get to meet his family, his adopted parents,
his family,
his family, and you get to see like his robot, and he's a trillionaire, you know. And I thought it was really fun to have a trillionaire who was not a complete and utter ass, so that was good. So everybody just know that trillionaires are your friends too.
This one, it's interesting because as you're reading the book, it presents it to the reader as one way. And by the end of the book, everything has changed. Introducing the mystery, which made me actually be like, oh, I kind of want to read this now. But here's the thing. I am taking yours. I don't know if I want to read this monthly. I think this story, for me, is going to read better collected.
Oh, definitely. Well, because again, this was an introduction, and so now he's going to go look for the Unbelievables, and see what's going on with that. So this made me feel like it was a one and done kind of situation. You know,
like this could have been a 0.
Yes, 100%. Like, this really read like a 0. It didn't read like a number 1 because of how much stuff was put into it. I don't, and I guess the Unbelievables is going to be another comic. I'm assuming, or
no.
Is the Unbelievables just the name of the people that he's trying to find?
So according to the back,
of course.
Oh yeah, go for it, Kyle.
So Ghost Machine has 2 universes: the unknown universe, which is Redcoat, Geiger, Junkyard Joe. Okay. All of those characters. And then the Unbelievables, which is Rockefellers, Hornsby and Halo, $1 Trillion Kid, and 2 other characters that have not yet been introduced yet. Yes. So think about this like the Justice League of Ghost Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that is, say, like the Justice League of Ghost Machine. But like this was Justice League Europe and that was Justice League of America. You know, like
yeah, no, I get it.
This is more their all ages books and more accessible, whereas the other ones are more adult.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, the funny thing is, if this is for kids, this is the kind of stuff I was reading. So I like the fact this isn't dumbed down. Like, there's big words. Like, if you're a 10-year-old and you need to look words up, I always love that. You know, you learn words. People always say, you know, comic books are not for kids. I'm like, they are. That's how they learn to read. They use their imagination. The other thing I want to say about this book is I don't know if it's going to tie into Halo and Hornsby or the Rockefellers,
I think it will.
But maybe I guess I'll have to pick them up in trade because we
Book-
reviewed the #1 of Hornsby and Halo, and that's all I read.
So book 2 is already out,
Oh,
and it
good.
was a crossover with
Hornsby and Halo.
Rockefellers.
Oh, okay.
Because I read the first couple issues of Rockefellers, and then I kind of fell off of it. So, yeah.
Same.
So I mean, if this is another introduction for you to get back into the universe, well then maybe this is the time to take a look at it again.
Yeah. And it's only who knows how much. $3.99. And it's a good issue. If
Yes, and I think that's
a new #1.
I don't think it's a problem, but I think that's one of the good things about it is it was at a good price and you got a lot to read in that book. So I think that's one of the reasons why I was like, wow, there's like a lot of stuff going in here, and there's a lot of like meat to sink your teeth into. But at the same time, I was like, whoo, what's going on with this? And well, because it felt like there was just a lot of unraveling going on. So you definitely know that they had like Johns and them had a trajectory they were going towards, and they were trying to get it all out onto the page. So, but I thought it was good.
So I'll shut up after this, but this particular book, I've read all 4 parts of Who Are the Unbelievables.
Oh, really?
And several of the next issues in each of the series that tie into it. And here's what I will say. If you are not into Rockefellers or Hornsby and Halo, try just the Unbelievables books and $1 Trillion Kid and go from there. Trade might be the best way to read it, but they have this universe plotted out 2 years from now still.
Wow.
That's great.
Like they're introducing a lot of stuff over the next couple of years to keep this interesting, and they've done the work to be ready for it in a way that like only the guy who made Green Lantern relevant again could do.
Huh.
And that's always the thing. Like that's always the thing. Certain writers always get like, I don't want to say a pass, but they always get like a glance from me. And Johns is one of those people because of how much I liked his JSA, because of how much I liked what he did with Green Lantern. So when he does this stuff, I usually pick it up. Like I do. Like I pick it up and I'm like, okay, what's going on now with this? And if there's anything that I can kind of like latch on to that I really want to read. And unfortunately, and this is not a bad thing. This is not a good or bad thing. It's just some of it just has not hit me just yet. Geiger was okay, but I was getting a little too, enough of the dystopian stuff. I was just like, eh. And then Redcoat, and Immortal, I didn't really feel that either in Einstein. So again, if you love it, fantastic. And I really hope that you pick up $1 Trillion Kid and you like it too.
I promised I was going to shut up, but I will say this. If you only ever read the first issue of those books, go back and give them a try now that the trades are out. Because if all you know about Redcoat is an Immortal and that Einstein was involved, you're missing out on a ton of very interesting storytelling, including, the character of the Northerner and how it all ties into the Civil War later, and really, really well thought out plot.
Yeah, Rich.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
hey, Phil,
so
welcome in.
So you want to go back? You want to go forward? What do you want to do?
Next book.
All right, let's go.
So this is Marvel's. We know you don't care about our new stuff, so we're just going to give you old stuff.
Hold on. I wanted to get my rose-colored nostalgia glasses. Where did I lay them? Where did I lay those glasses?
So there is absolutely zero reason this book needs to be in print. We all lived well. If you were fortunate enough to be reading during the Outback, you were blessed because that was some great story and great art. But because Marvel's X books are flopping, they're like, hey, let's do an Outback and let's get Steve Orlando to write it because you know what, he writes everything now.
Yeah, let's put a pretty cover on it and go for it.
By Russell Dodderman, it will sell.
And it
So,
did.
and
I
Steve
bought it.
Orlando did the writing, Steven Segovia did the art, Alex Sinclair was the color artist, and VC's Joe Sabino was the letterer. And that cover, magnificent cover, God, I wish he would do interiors, was
Actually,
done by
he
Russell Dodderman and Matthew
did.
Wilson. And then there were a bunch of variants because, Marvel.
Okay.
Yes, you have thoughts.
Just, I mean, the only thoughts that I had were like, this is 100% nostalgia bait. 100%. We know that. Let's just put that on the table. Boom, it's nostalgia bait. I'm happy they chose Steve Orlando, to do it, because I think Steve Orlando understood he understood the assignment. He understood, hey, we're gonna talk about X-Men. We're gonna try to do a little tease, about X-Men, the animated series, because if you notice at the beginning, previously, the X-Men, and I was like, okay, so he's obviously trying to place it in the past by making us think about the X-Men the 90s, show and all that other stuff. So for that I was like, okay. And then the whole thing was basically, for lack of better words, a paint by numbers kind of thing that you would see from a nostalgia book. Okay. And that's not to say that it's good or bad. Like I said before, it's just it felt like everything in that first issue was about setting the tone of what the 90s Outback X-Men were about. You had the weird love triangle. They were fighting each other. They actually had a fight. And Longshot was in the middle. You had the despondent, Peter doing his stuff. You had, Havoc not wanting to be there, just being completely like introverted. Not well, Peter was the introvert, but Scott, or just being not Scott, Alex just being a complete asshole. And then you had Storm and Wolverine kind of like working on whatever's going on with them, the goddess and the animal sort of situation. And then Psylocke's just kind of there because, hey, she's Psylocke and she needs to do something. So when I was reading it, it very much like put me in that scenario, or in that sort of like simulation, for lack of a better word, of the 90s when I was reading it. So for that, I say Orlando did a really good job of putting us back there in that sort of, in that timeline. So kudos for him. The rest of the story itself, though, not. I was kind of like it was great seeing Sabretooth. It was great seeing Sabretooth and Wolverine. It was great seeing Wolverine not be able to control his berserker rage. The fight between him and the dogs, them and all, and everybody was really fun. It was a fun issue, but it did not. Yes, I think Rich's biggest thing is like why did this does not need to exist? And no, it doesn't. Did it scratch a particular itch for me? Well, not really. But I think this is one of those. This is gonna sound so bad, but I think it's one of those like made for TV movies. You just kind of like you sit down and you kind of jump into it and you leave. Like I think 100% though that this would read better as a trade, and the reason why it would read better as a trade 100% is because you get to be in that nostalgia, in that simulation, in that mindset for a much longer time. Reading it for like 20 issues or whatever, I just wasn't enough. And for me, there's nothing really pulling me back to it, because at the end of the day, we all know they survive. We all know what happens. So, and the fact that they're like the next issue is they're in the Reaver hideout, and we're going to be exploring the Reaver hideout, and like if something attacks them in the Reaver hideout, it's like, okay, cool, but I don't need to see that. I don't need to see the. Do you remember when these were? Do you remember when these were X-Men Classic?
Yes.
Okay, like, dude, why don't they just bring that back? Instead of doing this stuff, just bring back seriously, Marvel, bring back X-Men Classic. Tell your not your Elseworld, but tell your like little individual stories in there instead of doing a number one or throwing like this and that into it. Just make it X-Men classic. Let's go back to that. If you really want to nostalgia bait people, do that. Do that. And I think it would be a lot better received than this, because I know you're chasing the number ones, but this is planted firmly in the classic X-Men type story. How about you, buddy?
I'm really not enjoying any of their revisits. The Civil War revisit was kind of boring. The Spider-Man revisit was kind of boring. All their little ideas of going back to a past.
What was the last one you said?
The Spider-Man one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They did another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't want to be negative about this, but this just shows the lack of creativity on Marvel's end to give us something new. And again, I mentioned this earlier, I will be talking about that when we talk about X-Men 97. X-Men 97 made me feel something, because we hit pause a lot, because I kept hitting pause, like, oh my God, that's this, there's this, and that's this and this, and oh my God, those costumes, that was from X Factor. Like, oh my God, I went nuts. Yeah. When I read this book, I remember reading this, but better. Like, I remember when, okay, so the issue was, Peter was painting Betsy, and she had her top off. And into the room comes flying Rogue and Dazzler, fighting over, like everything I've already read is here. And I don't really know why. Like, I did not, reading this gave me that little, like, ooh, I remember this, but I remember it the first time. Hey, Hydrosylum. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Triple B. Welcome in. Glad you guys could join us.
Yes, thank you for coming back. It's been a while, and we missed you.
I don't know if reading this really made me want to continue it, because I've been there, done that. Now, the one thing I did enjoy the Wolverine Sabretooth, because since they killed Sabretooth, Wolverine is kind of, it was nice to see those two.
Yeah.
But my thought was like, okay, what's going to happen? He knows where they are, and nowhere in the whole time that they were in the Outback did Sabretooth show up. So I'm glad Steve Orlando at least wrote that, tying that up in a little bow.
Yeah, with Betsy.
With Betsy. And it just shows Betsy's more hardened tone. But I don't know if Steve Orlando actually read any of the older X-Men when it was Betsy without armor up against Sabretooth in the mansion, and she managed to survive. So that's already happened. So I don't really know if her little speech while she was, butterflying him held any weight, because it really didn't. I just think there were some ideas in here, but I would not recommend this unless, of course, you've never read the Outback and you're interested in the Outback. Then I would say pick it up, or just pick up one of the Outback books, because they're collected.
I would say pick this up as a trade. I think this will be a fine standalone book.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll get it as a trade and read it.
Yeah, for people to put it on their, for people, seriously, I think it's one of those things that for people like us, we'll look at it, we'll see it at a comic book store, and on a rack or something, or in a thing, and we'll see the spine, and we'll say, someone will say Outback, because they missed it, because they don't actually collect floppies anymore, and someone will say, I missed, what is that? And they're going to pick it up. They're going to be like, this is X-Men in the Outback, what is this? And they might pick it up for like $17.99. So I think that's the ultimate way that this is going to spread. So
one of the books that I didn't find in time, it's somewhere around this apartment. This week, the Mutant Massacre collection came in, and it's just of the X books. It's not the whole crossover. Flipping through that was just heaven. I can't wait to sit and reread that. But again, the time periods that Marvel is putting out, I'm amazed we don't have a, hey, let's go back to the Mutant Massacre and tell some unknown stories about that.
God. I hope they don't. No, Eddie, you did not miss our Supergirl talk.
Nope, that's coming up shortly.
Yeah.
All right, so this book,
Wait for
maybe
trade.
wait for the trade. Now, the next book will be leading into our TV movie section, but the next book we're going to review is X-Men 97 Season 2, Number 1. And this is a prequel of sorts to the X-Men 97 Season 2, which debuted on Disney Plus last night with three episodes.
We're only gonna talk about the
And
first one, though.
what?
We're only going to talk about the first one. I was able to finish the other two.
Well, I'm going to spoil something for you because I have to. Hey, spoilers. So this was written by Steve Fox. Selva Espin did the art. Matt Milla did the coloring. And Vicis Josebino did the lettering. He's getting around.
Yeah, real quick.
That cover.
Want to say the art from the last issue was really good, though. I liked it.
Oh, in the Outback?
Yeah, I liked it. That was fine.
Well, yeah, it was Segovia. I love his art.
Exactly.
The cover here, the main cover was by Todd Yuck and Rachel Rosenberg. And then Marvel had a butt ton of variant covers for this book. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I picked up the Todd Knock cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same. I had to. I had to. I love it.
Fantastic.
So
last one. What'd you think?
So I liked this. Like, I read it and I was like, I like it because, again, when you're talking about nostalgia, the ultimate nostalgia bait is this. This, actually, which is going to be a mix of the cartoon and, like, the comic books, because you got to have mutants, and they're doing it right. They're using actual mutants from the history. So in the first couple pages, we get Rusty and Skids. Oh, tragic love story between them. Love it. I could talk about these two the entire rest of the show. I'm not gonna though. You also get some spoilers for the TV show, including X Factor, which we see, Cable, which we see. Interesting though was the mini formation of X-Force.
Yeah.
In this comic book.
I think they're from the future.
Nope. You got to watch episode 2.
God darn it.
Including in this shows, which is weird. I don't know if they're going to, but spoilers, Exodus shows up at the end. So I'm very curious if we're going to get Exodus in the in the cartoon. So
for me, I had a hard time getting through this.
Why?
Well, the first thing was the art. I think the art was just okay. Like, I think they did that on purpose to make it look like a cartoon.
Yeah.
But
I gotta say, Todd Yock's art would have been more
if he'd have did it
cartoonish accurate than Espin. Espin's art is fine, but I do think that he modified his style to be more cartoony.
Yeah, this is why I think Knock would have been so much of a better choice for this book. But for me, the reason why was because it was spoiling stuff for me. Like, I'm glad I watched this or read this after I watched the first episode, because I didn't want to be spoiled with Archangel and Psylocke. I didn't want to be spoiled with that stuff. I just wanted to see it. I wanted to experience it.
So I read it first, and it had no bearing on my excitement. I still was excited.
No, I think that was the thing. Seriously, I think if I'd have read this first before the show came out, it would have like jazzed me up about it.
Yeah,
but
it did me.
But because I read it after, I was like, no, I don't want to read. Like, I don't want to read the rest of this series as a prequel, because I'm actually reading it now.
I read number 2 today for this book. I read it, and oh my God, I think they're doing it. Huh?
Is that Firestorm?
No. It's Polaris and Iceman.
Oh God, I thought it was Sunfire. Or I thought it was. Sorry, her hair is so like poofy, and I didn't realize the thing on her forehead. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
This is the animation variant that I picked for it because, like, come on, I love her.
Sorry, girl, he gay.
I love her. Okay, so
hey, Super
I'm gonna spoil something. Everyone, if you're watching the season 2, you need to watch every intro. Do not skip the intro. Yeah, every intro has been different.
That's the first. That was how they did the first one too.
Yes. Well, the intro for number 2 is so freaking awesome. Like I really want to spoil it, but I almost sent you this clip, and I'm glad I didn't because you didn't watch it. People that have watched it, I was on the edge of my chair screaming at the TV for the episode 2 intro. We might as well just roll into it. So
hold on. Easy Reader. So we have a different format when you're on phone, which is vertical, and when you're on like another thing, it's
like a computer screen.
Yeah. So
TV.
Yeah. So maybe Kyle, can you speak to this about it?
If you're watching anywhere other than your phone, you can choose.
Oh.
Well, yeah, like so on my big TV right now, I have the phone version because I'm trying to see how it works. Like we're testing, right? So I've got an 82-inch TV and I'm using about a foot of it.
82-inch TV? We're on that.
Yeah. God, your head is huge, Des.
Sorry, sir.
It no lie, it's like you two are in the living room. But which is super fun. But yeah, if you're on anything other than a phone, you can choose.
Oh, cool.
Which version to watch.
Yay, Croatia. Portugal beat Croatia in sports ball. Yay. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, as Rich was saying, we are getting ready to roll into our what we've been watching section. And we've been watching X-Men 97. Unfortunately, I forgot to load up the picture for that. So today's been a day.
Hey, Barlord.
Hey, Barlord.
Okay.
So Rich, that first episode.
Oh my God. So Coog and I watched
not that one.
Season 1.
I didn't put it up. Sorry, I forgot to put it in.
Yeah. It's 3 episodes in the last episode. It's part 1, part 2, part 3. So Tuesday we watched parts 1 and 2, and then last night we watched the last episode, and then went right into season 2 and watched all 3 episodes in a row. And I cannot tell you how that made me feel. Like, you talk about nostalgia, that first episode was so crazy and so good. And then episode 2 builds on it with that new beginning and a new focus. And then the comic book, weirdly enough, the issue 2 ties into things that happens in episode 2. And then episode 3 is part 1 of a 2-parter. So they really knew what they were doing, releasing the first 3 episodes. As much as I'm upset there's only 9 episodes and you released 3 of them so far, I'm like, okay. Online, someone I follow on Twitter was complaining because he's like, well, they're going too fast and you can't really take time to appreciate what's going on. And I'm like, if you want to know what's going on, read the original stories. This is a cartoon. It's a half hour, 22 minutes, 20 minutes. They got a lot to cover.
Why are you reading my tweets, sir? Why are you reading my tweets? Because I feel that way sometimes. But
again, it's a 22 minute cartoon, and they're covering like 20 years of comic books.
I get that. Give them a better budget. Give them a bigger budget. I thought we were gonna stay in the future a little bit more. I really like seeing, Mother Scott or Rachel. I like seeing her. And I liked, and that was Gates McFadden, by the way. Like, Paul immediately recognized her voice and was like, "Oh my God, I was right." And I'm like, "What?" It's like that voice. Like, and he's like, "It's Gates McFadden." And I'm like, "Oh, it is." So,
I want to give credit to the writers because there were little things in each episode that were nods if you've been reading the comics. The fact that she was upside down doing her meditation, that is what Cable did. When Cable, there was a run, I want to say it was by Ladron.
Oh wow,
He was the artist.
Yeah,
I believe it was him. And he had the blacksmith, I think was his name. He was a mutant with the giant eyes. And it was when he was in his Ascani period. And he would do his meditation upside down, cross-legged. And the fact that they reference that in that cartoon just shows someone cares enough to add that nod. And the fact that Red and Slim were wearing their X Factor
oh my god
costumes. I loved Ladron's art. Loved it.
Yeah,
and he did a great Cable.
Yeah,
yes, Triple B, Goblin Queen season 1. I do have one. What?
No good.
The whole thing. Well, you haven't watched it, but the idea that not knowing if Maddie or Jean was the mother, that really was like, wow.
Yeah, that was a good change and addition to the show. I loved the way Apocalypse's like fortress looked like. It looked like one of those 70s covers, prog rock album covers that you would see on the side of a van or something in the 70s. So, loved it. And honestly, him when he popped up and he was like,
taken right from Age of Apocalypse.
The thing that I was kind of sad about was the choice for the Horsemen. But I guess
those were his final horsemen, and Rick Remender and Jerome, I never say his last name right. Opeña. I found, I'm going to post in the Geek Chat each one's origin page as a little spoiler so you can. I thought it was great that they used them because I have a feeling, and I don't know anything, but I have a feeling we will see Gambit and he will be Death. He will be one of Apocalypse's new horsemen, and I think he will be Death.
In the 90s, when he opened up his eyes shimmered and he said in the 90s and he floated up. I was like, get out of here. Yeah, that was so silly, and I was just like,
okay. So my biggest issue is that this really made me both angry and sad watching this cartoon, because the X-Men used to be top selling, top artists, great writers, great storylines, shared universe, and the one thing Storm likes to say, they're a family. The new books, I don't like my head that big. The new books are terrible, and it really just made me long for good X-Men writing, art, stories, everything.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I actually read pretty much every issue that they are referencing in this cartoon, and it just brings me such joy to watch and revisit those great stories.
Oh yeah, I mean, Paul and I are gonna binge them, and Paul was like, "It's so cute to have Paul ask me, who's that or what's going on, blah blah blah," and I get to like tell him and then like enlighten him about the stuff that's going on, and I every now and then I'll squee like, "Oh my god, there's that," or "Oh my god, who's that?" And I'll be like, "That's really kind of cool and that's fun." But again, I do think that the future stuff was wrapped up a little too fast. But again, this is X-Men, 97, not X-Men 2054 or whatever they want to make it. So I know they had to get them back to the 90s. So at some point they are, I'm assuming the Avenir, stuff in the past will be wrapped up probably in like maybe four episodes, and then they'll come back into the maybe 5, I don't know, but they'll come back to the 90s, and then the 90s is where they'll have the big showdown with Apocalypse. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But I can't wait to watch any more of it. I was told in a text by Rich that, hey, let's just talk about the first one, and I said okay. So I didn't go forward and read any more, so I blame Rich for that. So
okay, blame me.
You said, hey.
No, I just wanted to make sure you could at least watch one, because I'm just gonna spill your tea. Someone hasn't even finished Spider Noir. I was like,
Yeah.
have you finished that yet?
I
No.
am
Have you done
busy.
this one? Have you watched Adventures with Superman?
Oh,
No.
hey,
I'm like,
I'm all caught up on that one though.
oh, you are now.
Yes, because we're going to talk about it. But why don't we take a break real quick though? And we can just power through the last one. So why don't we take a break? And when we come
Well, we're
back,
taking a break in 9 minutes.
you want to take? Well, I figure that's. I mean, and because we could talk about Supergirl when we come back. We can talk about Supergirl, then go into My Adventures of Superman and the cartoons. I think that would probably be that way. You have a little bit of rest. Give you a rest for a minute, and then we can chat because I need something to drink. I'm thirsty, so. Because I just literally got off the train, got in the car, came here, and got right on. So.
Oh my God, Jay, don't even, because you know that's what he said at the theater. Of course, Coog had to be like, justice for Streaky. And that does off. Oh, justice for Streaky, that damn dog. All right,
let's save it. Let's just save it for when we come back. So we'll be back in maybe like a minute or two. I'm sure Kyle has fantastical, magical commercials for you. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
You're giving me too much credit.
Twitch. It's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
All right, everybody, it's announcement time. Remember that we have our EXP exclusive variants, Ben 10 number 1, Ben 10 number 2, and announcing next Monday, Ben 10 number 3. We'll have art right next Monday showing our Ben 10 number 3 exclusive cover. All available on theexplive.com. If you go to theexplive.com and click on shop, you will be able to pick up your Ben 10 exclusives from the EXP Live. These are selling out quickly, though, in that we're getting down to like less than half of the print run still left. So if you're into it, get on it. So do that. And then tune in next Monday to Rex's show, Comic Collectibles, on Monday, where we will hopefully be able to drop the cover art for our Ben 10 number 3 variant. So there's that. Cool.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Blackberry Des, and my beautiful, fantastic hubby brought me a poppy.
Oh,
it's a periodic soda, so it keeps me regular.
No. So we have a giveaway today.
Yes.
As we do when we are here. And this is the Shaolin Cowboy staying AI live. It is the 1 in 25 Peach Momoko. It is gorgeous.
It's a very weird. Jeff Darrow is a fantastic artist, fantastic storyteller. He is just one of my favorite artists of all time, and one of my favorite just creators. He's just fantastic, and the art on this is just beautiful. There was another 1 in 15, but I couldn't share it with you all. It was a Daniel Warren Johnson, and it is amazing as well. So I got you this one, but I had to keep that one for myself, so I'm sorry.
I want it so bad, Jay, but I can't have this one.
No, he cannot.
Hey, Roger, welcome in.
No.
So, Eddie, be sure to put hashtag Geek Chat.
And you could win this. And like Rich was saying earlier, we haven't been in a while, so everyone can win. So
who won 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? The last show we had.
Space Case Collectibles won.
So Space Case, unfortunately, you are not up for this, but everyone else in the chat is.
And and we want to give it to you, because if not, I would actually keep this one. Sorry. So yes, hashtag Geek Chat in the Woolly Wop comment section, whatever you want to call it. Please put it down there below, and we can get that out there to you.
Hey, Coog, will you do me a favor? Go to YouTube and put hashtag Geek.
Hey, no significant others.
Damn. All right. So
that's funny.
Last Thursday, we met up at our local AMC, and we went in a theater, and for the very first time, we experienced a movie that you see on the sides of the building or the room.
Oh,
it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it expands out.
It expands out. So we're all like doing this. We're just like, so Kelly, we're all doing this. We're like, what the hell? It doesn't take away. And if something is happening on the screen, it's it focuses on the screen. But for widescreen in like space and like the cantina, the bar, sorry, it expands out. It was really cool, and we are all going to see Spider-Man in that too. So,
oh my god. Oh yeah, I didn't realize this was gonna happen until it did, and I was like, "Oh damn!" And then Rich was like, "Whoa, we're gonna see Spider-Man!" This, and I'm like, "Oh," because he wanted to take us to Spider-Man, and I was like, "Damn it, okay, whatever." So, Supergirl. First and foremost, solid C.
You call it super failure?
No, I was gonna say Supergirl, and it's a solid C. It was a solid C movie. Okay. And before I defend it, which I'm going to do, I'm just going to let you know now, I'm going to defend it from Rich and the other naysayers. I was entertained.
He liked it. When it was over, he's like, I liked it. I like that better than Superman. I was like,
did say that.
Did we just watch the same movie?
I did say that. I will fess up to it. When I saw it, I said, yeah, this might be better than. No, I didn't even say might be. I said this is better than.
You
Superman.
said this is better. I think this is better than Superman.
I came out of it and I was like, Now, after some time thinking about it and really digesting the movie, I think that it is on par with Superman. Maybe slightly a little no, even on par. And in some instances and some thoughts, depending on the way the breeze blows, I might even be better that day. I'm thinking, for me, I enjoyed her character. I know people are calling her like a spoiled girl or super spoiled girl or whatever, and I liked the two versions of this symbol of hope. And I liked Superman's, who was bright, cheery, farm boy, this and that, never knew what happened on Krypton, never knew what, all of that. And then you have Supergirl, whose family, which I thought was fantastic, that Argo City, her father decided to put a dome over it and fling it up. And that's where they lived for the 15 years before the kryptonite poisoning started to kill them all. And I was like, okay. I felt her story was a bit more grounded and a lot more real than Superman's. Not to say that it's bad. I just liked her. I liked her origin story. And if you noticed, which I thought was really kind of interesting, is they doubled down on Jor-El's thoughts about Superman going and becoming a god,
the conqueror. Yeah.
Well, but I think it was more so in a way of them like, you'll be super powerful, show them the way, so it changes the thought a little bit about what happened. And then you have Kara's father saying, be kind, be gentle. And so they're completely opposite about the messaging that their parents gave them. And I thought that was very interesting as well. Now for that portion of the movie, I was in. I was locked in. I was locked on her mission. I was locked on who she was doing and what she was doing. Even the little girl, whose family was killed, and she was on a revenge plot. They're two meeting together and then going forward. Like I got the story. I got what it was going. I did not like that damn dog. I did not like it. I did not like that was the catalyst for her story. I thought it was dumb. I do not like that dog. I think that was one of the weakest things about the dog. And having the dog be so germane to her plot and her character development was just so annoying. It was so annoying to me. It should have been the girl. It should have been helping her, because she lost her family, due to circumstance. This girl lost her family due to violence, and I thought her connecting with her on that level would have been a lot better. And I don't hate puppies. I just hate crypto, and especially hate crypto. Well, I hate that version of crypto. I don't. I think that dog is not very that cute. It should have been Streaky, but again, people don't like cats like that. And if you try to kill a cat, people would have been a lot less. Oh my god, the cat's dying! But whatever. So for me, I didn't like that. Everyone's complaining about the villain was generic, blah blah blah. The story wasn't about the villain. Okay, that's
no
about it. The
you're talking about the motorcycle riders from Weird Science.
Again, the villain was not the focal point, because if it had been anyone that you recognize, you would have been pissed, because that's what Marvel does. Marvel will put a fantastical character villain and then massacre them because they only want them for one movie. I'd rather it be some no-name character. That way she can get, her get through her emotional baggage before she fights Mongol, before she fights Darkseid, before she fights a real opponent. Let her, evolve from that, crappy ass character that she has to fight in this movie. And then the last thing before I turn it over to you, Rich, was it was all about the exploration of women, and women's sort of ability and want to control their own destinies. That's pretty much, because it was all, they were stealing wives, and then all these girls who are not powerful enough to fight for themselves. You had two girls going against the odds, doing it and making it happen. So I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't see too much of the problem with it. I think people don't like the actress because she doesn't look a certain way or whatever. But for me, I thought it was a fine movie. And you notice the whole time I did not talk about Jason Momoa, because I felt that he was wasted in this movie. This was completely just hey, Lobo could be fun. Jason Momoa is a great guy. Let's throw him in here and see how he tests. If he tests well, we'll give him a Lobo movie. How about that? Jason Momoa's like, cash the checks. Rich, how'd you think?
Wow. So Kelly went for the dog and got into the plot for the girl. So who set it up there? Who said it?
What
it was?
Kyle said, I hate puppies.
No.
Oh.
Eddie has watched Superman at least 10 times. So there's only a couple movies that I have seen that many times. Clue is one of them because I love that movie. Weird Science is one of them because I love that movie. And who's that girl that no one is in this chat has probably ever
seen? That movie.
But
Margot Robbie should play her in the younger Margot Robbie could have played her in the remake.
Yeah. So okay. We have a friend, Terry. I was walking home yesterday, and I'm about a block from my apartment, and I run into her, and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey," and she says, "So was it as bad as everyone says?" And I said, "No." I said, "You really have to go into this," because she was really excited to see this. But But some of the complaints I had was people saying, well, no one knows who Supergirl is, so why would this do well? And I said, Terry, CW had it was CBS, and then CW had Supergirl for how many seasons?
At least 5.
That does not fly with me. The public does. It's not like they don't know who she is. I find that excuse to be lacking any kind of weight, because you know who Supergirl is. She's in cartoons. She's been in many TV shows. It was many seasons, not many shows. I don't believe that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry was like, well, how was the story? And I said, it's a thin plot. Dog gets hurt. She has to go save it. Meets this girl. Okay. I didn't hate this movie. It was a movie. I don't need to see it again. I don't. The best part of the movie for me was the sides. I was more excited about seeing things on the side of the theater. I thought Lobo, like you said, I have to agree. For me, Lobo was in the movie for 10 minutes. He did ooh, and the end. Like it was his whole reason to be there was to get one of the biker gang. That was his only reason. It was a bounty. So he is in the same bar as the girls, and then he shows up. Now, did he call her Tits?
Tits.
Or with a T or a D with a T? Because people online was saying, wait a minute, Eddie, hold up, everyone. You've never heard of Supergirl, Mr. Eddie? Ever? Ever?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I do have to admit, though, I really loved the Supergirl with Helen Slater. I thought that was really funny. Now, that's a movie right there you should watch. Because what's her name? The woman? Was it Redgrave? Whoever the villain was, Selena, that villain, she is just eating the scenery in that one. That movie is terrible, but it's so good.
So I'm going to make an admission to everyone here on live TV, and that will be on the internet forever. I've never seen Supergirl.
You never seen that? Oh my God. You really should watch it. It is.
You want to know what's funny?
The campiest thing.
Coog's never seen it either. We're like,
yeah,
we get to see. We watched the honest trailer that came out about Supergirl, and it was really funny to watch. But we were like,
thank you.
Yeah, but Triple B, your daughter's 10. That's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad your daughter loved it.
Yes.
Faye Dunaway.
Oh, I watched
Faye Dunaway. Thank you. That's
Faye Dunaway. I watched Triple B's review of Supergirl, and I looked at Coog and I went, "Uh-oh." Yeah, I hope he's not watching.
The two of them together, though, Faye Dunaway and her Major Doma was just hilarious. They were like these two, I thought they were lesbians until it all came down to
I think they were supposed to be. That's what honest trailers kind of alluded to.
I don't know.
Alluded to. Okay, so back to the movie. Back to the movie. I have my complaints, as I do every time something comes on and they want to be original. This is based off a graphic novel that Tom King wrote, that the writer of this movie didn't understand the ending of the book, didn't even bother asking. And then I got a complaint. If Tom King read the script, wouldn't he have said, hey, this didn't happen in the book? I don't know. I don't want to read too far into it. But this was based on a graphic novel that I have not read. Got it. It's sitting right over there. Just haven't picked it up.
You don't like Supergirl.
Huh?
Because you don't like Supergirl.
No, honestly, I don't care for the art in the book. I'm not.
Really?
I'm not a fan of that artist. So my complaint's always, why do we need generic villains? And yeah, you didn't want to focus on whoever, but DC's been around for a very long time. You're telling me they couldn't come up with a different villain?
Hey,
but then again, you have to go back. What?
This character was from an Elseworld somewhere.
It was from the book.
Said Ravager, Necromonger, weird choice since the actor actually looks like Krim. Oh, never mind. Krim for the comics, but it's Krim, a one-off villain in an Elseworld story. Did it make his fan unhappy? So yeah, maybe he's from the book that we haven't read.
He is.
There you go.
He's the villain in it.
There you go.
So I was happy that they at least kept one alien race true, which were the hijackers, the three women. They're actual DC
They were
property. Cool. But otherwise nothing else was. That's always my problem. But see, for me, it just keeps clicking. My complaints about the movie were because it's based on a book. It's not based on a larger DC narrative. The actress was fine, girl power, woo. The other girl was unlikable. I do not like children in movies or TV. I'm not a fan of them. She was just, every problem is because children are stupid. And once again, she can't stay where she's told to sit still. You go, and it's not because of Kara that the parents and that lady died. It was because of the stupid girl. And when she's like, it's your fault. No, it was your fault. So, yeah, I could go on and on.
Moving right along. Jeez, you killed them. Anyway, all righty. So
it was fine. I don't know why I can't get my here we go. It wouldn't work.
So, but that's a really good segue to people not dying in my adventures with Superman. And as you can see, I chose this one because one, it was one of the best pictures online, and two, that's Hank Henshaw, and Hank Henshaw is the main baddie right now in the series. This cartoon is amazing and so much better than both the Superman movie and the Supergirl movie. If you're not watching this, you are missing out.
I prefer this version of Kara over the other version of Kara.
Okay, but one thing I will say, and when we were watching this, I looked over at Paul and I said, there's one thing, even though this is a cartoon for, the children, how the hell does nobody not know that Kara and Clark are not like, they do know that she's Supergirl because she literally does not hide it. Why is she hanging around with these three people? Like, these are the worst journalists ever. Seriously.
Yes, okay. You got to really have a little suspension of belief in this cartoon. Because it really doesn't make sense that Jimmy is Superman's pal and he's always hanging around with Clark and Supergirl and Lois Lane, and we all know Lois Lane is interviewing Superman. Like, yes, the logic of this does not make sense. And you know what? But I will say, Jay, you gotta watch it because the second episode. Wait, which was what was the latest episode? 3 or 4?
3. I haven't watched 4 yet. 4 came out Sunday, and I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, then 4 has a really great surprise ending.
3 had Giganta in it. That was
my God. Can I just tell you, I knew exactly who that was when she said her name was Doris with that great costume.
The look, yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. It really ticks me off because this show is much like Absolute Superman. And I'm going to say this is why. Both are using other people's villains.
Which is fine.
So in Absolute Super... No, I love it.
Okay,
the fact that Giganta showed up and grabbed Jimmy and carried him through like a King Kong. Oh my God, it was so cool.
Yes, and it makes me think that there's a Wonder Woman in this world.
Yes.
I absolutely adored the series. I think it's fantastic. I love what Lex is doing. I love Hank Henshaw and him trying to be hyper aggressive. I like the pacing of it. I do think that Jimmy is really selling himself too short with the whole him and Kara angle. I think it's fantastic that they are trying to might be an item, but might not be an item. I think their whole dynamic is great. I love the dynamic of Clark and Lois and him wanting to settle down and have a family. And she's like,
oh my God, the cradle. As soon as you saw the cradle, and she's like, slow down.
Oh, and then the introduction of Chad Bizarro was fantastic. And he has his own crypto, and that crypto's cool. So yeah.
So the dog that Clark wanted to adopt was traditional Crypto, the one that he saved and came up to him, and I was like, oh,
yep. When I saw that, I was, yes.
I have one complaint that I hated, and I know Kelly in the comments hated too. Why they gotta be singing? I don't watch my cartoons to hear singing. I hated it.
When they started singing, Paul and I were like, yay!
I just wanted to throw the TV out the window.
Great show. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. And because it's doing so well, I believe that is why DC Animation was greenlit to make not 1, not 2, but 6 new shows. I am so excited for.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't hear this.
What?
They're on the bubble for the for renewing My Adventures with Superman, because it is a different. It's not. How did I read this? It hasn't been greenlit for the next season yet.
Well, it'll be back. It'll be back.
But these are the new cartoons that are going to be coming up from DC.
Okay.
Absolute Batman. Absolute yes.
Okay.
Starfire. Crypto.
Okay.
Mr. Miracle, which is going to be based on the Tom King book. Joker Laugh Riot, in which Batman's dead, so Joker has to find out which villain killed him and becomes a vigilante, trying to figure out who's the Joker without Batman. I think that's the one I'm really excited for. Superpowers I know nothing about.
Nope.
My Adventures with Green Lantern is a spin-off of My Adventures with Superman, because we were introduced to Jessica Cruz. Very excited.
Which makes me think, if they're going to use such a young version of her, who is going to be her mentor? I'm hoping that it's Guy Gardner. Just
maybe with the popularity and him being in Superman and within the DC new movie universe.
Exactly.
That would be cool.
That's why,
especially if they get him to voice.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that's what this is. And then of course Creature Commandos, as that is James Gunn's his baby. So of course that's coming back. So yes. Out of all of these, I don't know. Which one are you super excited for?
Well, obviously Absolute Batman. If it can still have the dark moodiness, the giant art, and not be dumbed down, I'm afraid it's going to be dumbed down. I'll be honest with you.
Really? You think it is?
I hope it's more Creature Commando than Crypto.
No,
I'm going to say that.
I think, okay, so the ones that I think that are actually going to be adult oriented and not like definitely. My Adventures, I think Absolute Batman will be. I think Joker Laugh Riot will be, and I think
Mr. Miracle.
You think Mr. Miracle is? I don't know. You think it's going to be following?
If they're following the book, yeah, it's going to be more adult.
So it's going to be a weird one. Okay. I think the ones for kids are probably going to be Starfire, and that was because you told me that the woman who's doing the voice actor is the woman who did it for Teen Titans Go, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, if that's
So
and Starfire is supposed to have. I'm going to look it up because they said 2 of the characters that are going to be in the new Starfire.
They did.
And
okay.
I'm blanking on who they said. It was. Let me look it up. Keep talking.
Okay. Okay, so Eddie says, I couldn't get through the first Creature Commandos because I hated what they did to Frankenstein's monster. I should give it another try sometime, but I'll never forgive that. Yeah, I can understand that feeling, Eddie, honestly, because I'll spoil it for you. He never becomes a member of the team. So he's always this sort of outlier doing his own thing, but how he interfaces with the team and with the bride is kind of interesting. But yeah, his shtick gets really, really old.
All right, so according to James Gunn, Starfire is Elseworlds, as are most of our family animated shows.
Figured. Yeah.
So they're doing that. It's going to be in Elseworlds. And so the younger ones are My Adventures with the Green Lantern and DC Superpowers. So yeah, those are all going to be younger skewed.
I'm assuming Crypto too, right? I can't imagine
Crypto. Probably.
Yeah.
he doesn't talk about crypto here.
Uh,
So in it, you're going to get, it's going to focus on the origin story of the Teen Titans. I don't understand that. Following her adventures as she finds a spaceship on her home planet of Tamaran and uses it to explore the stars. Crush, so Lobo's daughter is going to be in it.
oh wow.
Some woman named Fern who loves plants, and then they're bringing in Amethyst, Princess Amethyst
Well, that's
of
cool.
Gem World.
Wouldn't mind seeing more of Amethyst.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's
interesting.
exciting.
Let's go. I mean, and it was confirmed, I guess, that the Mr. Miracle will be adult animated. Thanks, Hydra, for letting us know that. So,
Yeah.
so there you go. So we have Absolute Batman, Mr. Miracle, Joker, and Creature Commandos as your 4 adult-oriented. And then you have Starfire, Crypto, Superpowers, and My Adventures with Green Lantern to be your more kiddie-friendly type stuff. The one that I'm wanting to know, or what I'm wanting to know, is do the younger ones all exist in the same universe, or are they separate universes?
Oh, you mean do they all the kids ones?
I think My Adventures, of course, I think exists within Superman. But I think the other ones might be in their own stuff, unless they actually like spin off Crypto from My Adventures. But I haven't seen anything that would support that. So
all right, so I got the lowdown on Superpowers.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna follow young heroes like Black Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Terra, and Aqua Girl, and they are going to be students at the Justice League Academy. Martian Manhunter supervises them as they learn to use their powers.
Okay, so we got our Harry Potter one. Okay. I do wish, although Martian Manhunter is a good choice, why didn't they go with Red Tornado? It's right there. You could have had Young Justice. You could have had your tie-in, putting it as Red Tornado. That would have been a throwback. That would have been cool, and I would have been super excited to have seen like Red Tornado in that. But I mean, hey, you put kids in a school with superpowers. I'm there. Like I am a YA at heart, and I love stuff like that.
Same. In fact, I don't know if you've kept up with it, but Spider Academy, Spider University, whatever the heck it's called, it's still a great book.
Spider University.
It is still so good. Like that hasn't stopped yet. So if you're not picking it up, you should.
But I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a great lineup. I'm probably going to try them all out at least once to see how I like it. And then when they come out, we'll definitely be giving you our opinion on it, on them.
I'm going to watch all of them. I will watch all of them.
I don't know, though.
Even Superpowers.
It took me a minute. It really took me a minute to get into Creature Commandos. Like, I had to, once I really like set my mind on it, I'm like, okay, this is James Gunn's, new universe. This is his first, salvo. Let's go. And even though it kind of was a little long in the tooth in some instances, I got into it eventually. But My Adventures with Superman, so good. Are they all going to be on HBO? Most likely. That seems like where they would put it. Because if I remember correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, My Adventures of Superman started off with an Adult Swim, but I don't think it's on Adult Swim anymore. I haven't seen anything about that. So,
I have no idea. We watch it on like Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Thank you, Easy Reader. Spider-Versity, forgot that. And Asylum, Jay. Oh my God, Young Justice is so good.
Yes, that whole book was just phenomenal. Anyway.
So I got to tell you, I'm very. I stopped reading the new Titans book because
you like it.
There's none. These kids aren't Titans. They're not. Call it something else. Call it another book. Just like I don't know if you saw the came out last week about the new books. We were talking about Legion, which you're very excited for.
I know about those costumes though.
And then the new Titans book with Red Hood. And I love Red Hood, but I don't call these kids the Titans. They're not.
All right,
where's my family? Where's my family? Where are they going?
All right. Don, or what is it? Dom Toretto. Family. Family.
All
right.
Sergeant Rock, yes. Wow. That's
Okay, everybody. So we're approaching the end of our show. We got to talking, and one of the formats that we wanted to do was basically just to do only a couple of number ones, talk about some shows that we liked, because there seems to be no shortage of actual entertainment out there that you can look at from various different outlets, doing comic book adjacent type of stuff. And then our last segment, and we're probably going to extend this the next time. It's just I was late, and so we kind of got a little off course. Was to basically talk about some books that we recommend that you pick up.
But we really need to get going. We need to do the drawing. We have 4 minutes, which actually
I was going to say one thing. Pick up JSA.
Hurry.
It's fantastic. Jeff Lemire is really that was my thing. It was about the whole series, not just the books. I haven't read the newest one, but The Hunt for the Spectre has been really good. So please check it out. Alrighty, not Jay. Sorry, our giveaway, fantastic. Shaolin Cowboy staying AI live. If you haven't put it already, please put it in. Oh, we got 13 of y'all. Thank you so much. And let's see who's gonna get it. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? What should be Space Case?
Bob.
New.
Awesome.
Bob's new person. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes. Our esteemed producer Kyle will put in the doobly wop in the comment section a form you can fill out. It's also in the description of wherever you're watching. Fill that out, please. That way we can get your address and we can send this out to you. Want to thank you again for coming and joining us.
Thanks for watching.
Did you know that we are here every 2 weeks now? That is our
So the 16th is the next day we're back.
16th is the next day we're back. So we're going to keep this cadence and see if we can really do that work-life balance for this, because we really want to continue doing this with you. But unfortunately, us geeks have lives. So, yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Stay tuned. Mog and Mel is next.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Dez. He's
Beardy Rich.
And above us, as always, is producer Kyle. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.